Now we're going to talk CMU Theater. Clybourne Park opens tonight at the Moss Performing Arts Center at 7:30. It runs all weekend, and this is going to be as part of a partnership with the Avalon Theater. We'll hear more about that too. Our guests are a couple of staff members. Tommy Jacobs is here and Shawna Seals. Tommy, you're a senior. Tell us about your career at CMU. In fact, I want you to go back as far as when you first started in theater, wherever that was in high school or even earlier.
Okay, yeah. So I started doing theater my junior year of high school.
Which was where?
Grand Junction High School, local guy, born and raised. And then, yeah, I started my junior year of high school after I'd gone my freshman and sophomore years to all the shows, and I finally decided to just buck up and audition for a show and was immediately hooked.
And then did you know you were going to go to CMU? And when you went there, did you know you wanted to study theater?
I didn't know I was going to go to CMU, but I knew wherever I went, I wanted to study theater.
Interesting. Mm-hmm. So you were hooked right away.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
All right. So what is your exact title of your major?
I'm an acting directing major.
Okay. So you're getting ready to graduate, it sounds like.
Yep.
So what have you done as far as directing?
So our junior year as an acting directing major, we take directing 1 and directing 2. Directing 1 obviously in the fall semester and directing 2 in the spring. And we read a bunch of plays, like we read A Raisin in the Sun, and then we pick a 1 act to direct, get it approved by the professor, and then audition the freshmen and sophomores who are also acting, directing, or music theater majors. And then we direct them and put on a one-night showing of the 8 or 9 students who are in directing.
What do you think's what's on the agenda for you as far as life choices after you graduate?
Right now, I'm really leaning towards Chicago because improv is my number one thing right now, and that's the place to go for improv.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Wow. Local Grand Junction boy, he makes it big in Chicago. That's what we're going to hear in the headlines.
Hopefully.
Right? All right, we've been listening to Tommy Jacobs. He's a senior. We also have Shawna Seals here. She is a sophomore. Shawna, tell us about your theater history, where you went to high school, and why you chose CMU.
Yeah, so I started theater when I was 6 years old at Cripple Creek Butte Theater. Shout out to them. I went to high school at Woodland Park, so I'm from Colorado. And I've been in a couple plays here at CMU, but this is my first big kind of lead role, so I'm very excited about that. I chose CMU because it's a super underrated school, I think, for theater. There's not many theater options here in Colorado, but CMU is definitely a diamond in the rough, I think.
And are you a theater major?
Yeah, I am also acting directing, and actually the whole cast of Clybourne is acting directing majors, which is like the first time that's happened in a long time, so...
Shawna, besides you and Tommy, tell us about the rest of the cast. How many? And you already told us they're all in the department with you, but how many other cast members?
So there's 7 of us total, so 5 other cast members. We have 1 sophomore, 1 junior, and then the rest are seniors. And they're a handful. We're all one big family. Crazy.
Who's directing?
Mo LeMay.
Okay.
He's the head of our department.
Right. And then you must have also a big support crew.
Oh, yeah. They are amazing. We have, like, dressers, tons of dressers, and we have a floor crew, which does this giant change at intermission. It's like a 20-minute change. We go from, like, one set to almost a completely different set. They have to move furniture and walls and, like, use drills, and it's crazy. They're so good at what they do.
Wow. Well, yeah. I can't wait to see it. Let's give the name of the show is Clybourne Park. It's opening tonight at 7:30 at the Moss Performing Arts Center, Robinson Theater. And it also runs on November 9th and 10th. And the 10th, I believe there's 2 shows, right?
Yes, there's a matinee at 2 p.m. and then the night show at 7:30 as well.
So there's going to be 4 performances to choose from. And if this is a normal show at CMU, I'm sure tickets are selling really fast, and especially for those weekend shows. So we'll be telling you about how to get tickets in a moment, but let's talk about the show. What I know from reading the the description that this is set in it's set in the past, both in 50 years apart and then more in the present. But the theme is racially changing neighborhoods.
Mm-hmm.
That seems to be the theme. So, Tommy, I'm going to let you tell us about what would you like the people to know before they come see the play as far as the plot.
It is far funnier than I think a lot of people give it credit for. It's you're gonna come and you're gonna laugh. If you I don't know. It's just the first time we read it, we were in tears just reading as a cast. It was really a good time.
Okay, so this, even though this deals with race
Mm-hmm.
in America, it also looks at it from a humorous perspective of the characters and their interactions.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so we're going to enjoy ourselves and still see something that's a serious part of our history.
Oh, absolutely.
Okay, Shawna, tell us about your role.
So I play Betsy and Lindsay. Betsy in the first act, Lindsay in the second. I'm pregnant in both acts. That was an interesting thing to learn, is how to be pregnant. I'm also deaf in the first act, so I had to learn some sign, and so did Tommy because he plays my husband. And my favorite part is playing Lindsay in the second act because the second act is very awkward sometimes and very uncomfortable. And I love just sitting in those uncomfortable moments and like kind of freaking out sometimes, kind of getting mad. Like, it's a lot of fun.
Tommy, you play two roles also?
I do. I play Carl in the first act and Steve in the second act.
Are there similarities in the two characters?
Not at all.
Not at
They're
all.
two totally different people, and it's funny because they're two totally different people, but I'm also myself, not like either of them. So it was very challenging to try and differentiate them, but also embody somebody that I've never felt like myself.
Tommy, how does this show handle the issue of race as far as casting? I know that in 1776, all the male characters were played by women.
Yes.
Now, what about the characters who are playing white and black characters in this show? Are they cast according to their race?
Yeah, absolutely, across the board. The two African American characters are played by Blake Hood and Ashley Alderman. So
Student directing majors, or acting directing majors at CMU.
Yeah, they're both seniors with me, acting directing majors.
Great. Okay. All right. Well, let's talk about how to get tickets. Shawna, there's more than one way to get tickets to the show, I think.
Yeah, absolutely. So you can either come to the on-campus site, which is the front desk at the UC, the help desk. You can either request a ticket there, or you can go online, and there should be a link on our Colorado Mesa page that can get you there.
And you can get tickets there. Then you print them out?
Yeah, you can either print them at home or you can get them at will call, which is, I think, kind of easier so that you don't have to worry about it. But
Right.
yeah, and you can just enter your credit card information. It's super easy.
You can download a digital ticket, and we have scanners that you can just take it right off your phone as well.
Oh, cool. There's a lot of ways to get in then.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay. And I guess this must be reserved seats. So the Robinson Theater is a pretty good size audience, several hundred seats, I think, are in there. Tommy, what's your opinion about, I always wonder if I have a choice where I should get my seats. Some shows it's good to sit up close, some farther back. What's your opinion for this one?
A lot of the action, the many actors in the show are kind of spread throughout the stage. So I would say right in the middle is going to be your sweet spot.
Okay.
Because there's a lot to look at, so you don't want to be too close, or else you're going to be tweaking your neck a little bit.
You're going to be out of your field of vision.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Okay. Very interesting. Sean, I'm going to give you the last word for Clybourne Park, which is opening tonight and running through Saturday. And there are two shows on Saturday, including a 2:00 matinee. People that are listening here, they don't know really about the show. What would you say to them to take a chance on this show and see it this weekend?
I think I would say it's amazing how it still relates to today. It's incredible to see the parallels between this show, which is supposed to be figurative and not real, to see how it still applies to today, all while being uncomfortable and funny. And we all have a blast. And I think that if people just take a chance and come see this show, they really won't regret it. And they will see things in a different light, for sure.
Well said. Tommy, last question for you. There's a movie at the Avalon. Has it played already?
Yeah, that played last weekend, and it was for the Bravo Club event, and we showed A Raisin in the Sun, which Clybourne Park was written in response to that famous play.
Okay, so if people missed that, it sort of goes along the same theme as the Clybourne Park. Would you recommend that people try to rent that and watch it themselves before or after the play?
I would say it is not necessary whatsoever, but I myself would highly recommend seeing it either before or after. Either one, it doesn't really matter, but it is a fantastic movie.
I want to thank Tommy Jacobs, a senior at CMU, and Shawna Seals, a sophomore. They're in the cast of Clybourne Park, which opens tonight at the Robinson Theater at the CMU campus. And I hope you have a great opening night and a terrific weekend.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
That wraps